Welcome home to philosophy, where we wonder about everything and anything is possible. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Corey, the Laughing Philosopher. Life is complicated. The world is complicated, and you are complicated. Figuring out how to live a happy, meaningful life, guided by wisdom and reason, is not easy. Is life a game? What is love? Should I fear death? Is this a just world? Almost from the moment of birth, you've been told how to behave, how to fit in, and how to fulfill other people's expectations. You fear that you will lack importance or cease to exist in the lives of others if you think for yourself and question the rules and roles you've been told define you. Wisdom and reason will remove this illusion so you can live authentically in the world around you, find your true purpose, and become your real self. Welcome to episode 88. Can you live better by letting go of you? The self is an empty costume, my friend, and it's time to undress it. Who are you, really? Is there something that makes you who you are? Would you be a better person if you stopped believing in who you think you are? David Hume, the 18th century Scottish Enlightenment philosopher, believed selfhood is just a fantasy. When I enter most intimately into what I call myself, he said, I always stumble on some particular perception or other. I can never catch myself. Nagasena, the Buddhist sage who lived around 150 before the Common Era, asked King Milinda, "How did you come here? By foot or in a chariot?" "In a chariot," the king replied. "Then explain, sir, what that is. Is it the axle, or the wheels, or the chassis, or reins, or yoke that is the chariot?" The king replied, "It is none of these things." "Then, sir," said Nagasena, "is it something else apart from them?" "No," said the king. "Then, sir," Nagasena replied, "there is no chariot." Nagasena, in this famous conversation, is not talking only about chariots. Just as none of the parts can be called a chariot, so too a person is nothing but sensations and perceptions and desires. None of these things is the human self, and nothing beyond these parts can be called the self. No separate, independent thing with some kind of unchanging essence at its core, called the self. Can you catch yourself? Look inside your own mind to find yourself. The thing you think of when you think about yourself. The thing the I thinks of when it reflects on the me. The thing that makes you, you. You always seem to be somewhere inside yourself, thinking, feeling, and choosing your behavior. Yet, if you search the contents of your mind, all you will find is a constant stream of ideas and beliefs, feelings and emotions, desires and expectations, and actions taken and experiences. All you find is a constant stream of sensations and perceptions. That is all. A bundle of sense experiences and perceptions and memories of sense experiences and perceptions. There is nothing else in your mind. And because none of these sense experiences and perceptions are you, you just assume that all of them flow from a single mysterious thing called you. And yet, when you look for this single mystery source called you, it just can't be found. There is nothing left inside yourself that you can identify as you. Almost from the moment of birth, you've been told there is a thing inside yourself that makes you uniquely you. Why can't you find it? All there seems to be is an endless stream of sense experiences, and you are not any of these perceptions of things you see, hear, smell, taste, or touch. Whenever you think of yourself, whatever bundle of sensations and perceptions are flowing through your consciousness at that moment, that's what you think of when you think of yourself. You are that stream. That bundle is you. And the thing that makes you you is not permanent and unchanging. That bundle, that stream, is constantly flowing and changing. Canned food lasts longer than you. Present you and past you and future you are not the same you. Aristotle said, "I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies. For the hardest victory is over self." To know yourself, said David Hume, is to understand how your sense experiences and perceptions shape and define what you think of yourself. You are not any one of the sensations you see, hear, smell, taste, feel, or remember. You are just a label you attach to all of the images and sensations you experience from moment to moment. John Locke, one of the most influential English Enlightenment philosophers, thinks of the human self as a tabula rasa, or blank page. The Latin literally means scraped tablet. Our five senses and perceptions then fill the page. Self-reflection simply means becoming better acquainted with how these past experiences and perceptions shape your sense of self. Self-knowledge frees you from being bound by or being limited by them. Your self-image is not a prison. You are capable of more than you can imagine. You are free to be more than you think you are. You are free to dream and to realize the dreams you have about yourself. There is no permanent you to cling to. Don't hold on to something that's preventing you from being the best you can be. Don't hold on to something you need to give up on. Once you understand and accept that your self-image is just a constantly changing bundle of sense impressions, you can just let go of it. Stop dragging it along with you. It's just holding you back from realizing your full potential by chaining you to a fantasy of what you think you are. It's an unturned key. The self doesn't really exist. Not in the way you think it does. Frank Zappa said, "If you end up with a boring, miserable life because you listen to your mom, your dad, your teacher, your priest, or some guy on television telling you how to do your shit, then you deserve it. Almost from the moment of birth, you've been socialized, conditioned, and educated to believe in the reality of the human self. You were told to believe in a permanent, unchanging self. And you're not in control of your beliefs. You can't just decide to choose or not to choose to believe something. If you think you are free to choose your beliefs, then I want you to choose to believe Australia does not exist. Time's up. Question: kangaroos are native to which country? If you truly are free to choose your beliefs, then the correct answer is, what's a kangaroo? Nietzsche said, "There are two different types of people in the world. Those who want to know and those who want to believe. You know that the self does not exist, but it's too late for you to believe that the self does not exist. Nevertheless, through self-reflection and self-knowledge, you can learn to doubt the self in the way you believe it does exist. And this doubt will give you the freedom you need to be a better person and choose a better life." First, you will feel freer to try new paths to self-improvement, unconstrained by who you think you are and what you think you're capable of. There is no permanent, unchanging thing inside yourself, limiting your actions and dictating what you can and cannot do. If you feel like dancing, dance. If you want to try, try. If you want to go, you're free to go all the way. Who you think you are is an illusion shaped by past experiences. Don't let a fantasy hold you back from trying new things. That's how humans learn and grow. Second, you will be less obsessed with comparing yourself to others, less obsessed with popularity and reputation, and less obsessed with earning other people's acceptance and approval. Nothing about you is solid. You are constantly changing. There is no judge inside yourself, and nothing permanent and unchanging inside yourself for it to judge. There is nothing permanent and unchanging inside yourself to compare to others, and nothing inside others to compare yourself to. Stop judging yourself and other people. Start seeing yourself and others as a project or work in progress. You are not the same person you once were. At certain points in your life, you stopped acting like a child. You started thinking for yourself, and you found purpose and meaning. You've changed. You're a better person now. Just keep getting better. Just keep changing and growing and improving. Lao Tzu, in the Tao Te Ching, said, "When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you." Third, selflessness will make you more humble, caring, and compassionate. You will feel more connected and relatable to everyone around you. You will be less self-centered, more open, and more generous. The self is only concerned with one thing: itself. Pleasing itself, protecting itself, sustaining itself. The self relates to everything in terms of what it means for itself. Good for you, bad for you, neither good nor bad for you. And so you react to everyone and everything you experience accordingly. If it's good, then possess and consume it. If it's bad, then attack and destroy it. If it's neither, then ignore it with preferred indifference. Selflessness will make you a better person. There is no chariot. Nothing is separating you from everyone else. You are not in competition or in conflict with anyone else. Everyone is interdependent with each other and with all things. Human nature and Mother Nature are not something to be feared, subdued, and controlled. Selflessness will open your mind and heart. Don't live your whole life without ever experiencing true friendship. And what is true friendship? There is nothing in it for you other than the relationship itself. Friendship exists, so there will be more to life than buying and selling things with each other. And fourth, the self's narrow and greedy self-interest forces me to choose between my happiness and well-being and the happiness and well-being of others. And everyone suffers. Selflessness means my happiness and yours are not separate, but one and the same. What helps me helps you, and what helps you helps me. Whatever we do that is positive and virtuous benefits ourselves and each other. The most influential and powerful humans who ever lived, Confucius, Socrates, Siddhartha, Jesus, and Muhammad, were all known by their selflessness. There is a power inside yourself which you know nothing about. Today, and it is always today, you will find yourself in new and unfamiliar situations. You will interact with strangers. You'll be challenged to do something you've never done before. You will be tested by a changing world. Don't cling to the illusion of selfhood. Don't let it discourage or deter you from taking risks by embracing new experiences. You will only know what you're capable of when you're tested. A clinging person in a changing world will never know his full potential. Don't let your self-image hold you back. Let go, or be dragged. Break free of your conscious sense of self so you can adapt, evolve, and grow. Everything is always changing, and it's not the strong who survive. It's the durable. Doubt can seem like a bad thing. Yet, doubt is the unturned key to your chains. Doubt sets you free from falsehood and error and can be a powerful path to self-discovery and self-improvement. Do you sense in yourself an infinite ocean of unfulfilled potential? Do you sense that you are capable of amazing things? Do you sense a greatness in yourself, but it seems to just barely exceed your grasp? Allen Ginsberg said, "Follow your inner moonlight. Don't hide the madness." You is a fictional character. Time to expose the masquerade and live a better life. In the pursuit of selflessness, you will grow in wisdom and power. And the more you grow, the weirder you will appear to others. So be humble and compassionate toward those behind you on their own journey. Each person must face up to the madness that the self is an illusion. And at any moment, one can wake up and completely lose himself. And this madness will be so terrifying that many would rather die than face it. And so they do, every day, by the dozens. Nietzsche said, "The higher we soar, the smaller we appear to those who cannot fly." Let go of who you think you are and what you think you're capable of, and soar. You have nothing to lose but your chains. Just as the clouds are higher than the earth, what you're capable of being is higher than you can possibly imagine. I hope you will take what you've learned and be a better person. Think for yourself. Question everything. Accept nothing that does not agree with your own reason and good sense. And I promise you, despite its sham and drudgery, you will get on pretty well in this crazy world. I'm Dr. Robert Corey. Until we meet again, be good.